Hey guys, salut, it's Alex. So welcome back to the Sourdough Odyssey. Today is the most useful episode so far because you're gonna learn 3 ways to easily and safely store your sourdough starter. Let's begin. Breaking news: to bake sourdough bread, you need a sourdough starter. In fact, a living sourdough starter. And like every other living creature on the planet, it has to eat or it will die. If it dies, you gotta start again from zero, from nothing, zero would be something, from below zero. You don't wanna do that. Feeding your sourdough starter is pretty straightforward. It's always 1 part water and 1 part flour. But you know, there are at least 2 subtleties. First one is regularity. You need to feed your sourdough starter each and every day, no exception. I know it sounds easy, but it's like in all relationship. At the beginning, everything is all well and good, but after sometimes, you know, people tend to forget things. Like breakfast, celebrations, birthdays, wedding. And the second is quantity. Let me give you an example. So during long baking sessions, I usually feed my sourdough starter with at least a heaped tablespoons of flour each and every day. A tablespoon flour a day, man, that's insane! You're tight. I know it doesn't sound much, but if you were to keep up that pace for, let's say, about a year, then that tablespoon of flour a day would make for about 11 kilos of flour a year. That's a big waste. Luckily for us, there are ways to get around this, but it all comes down to how many bread you want to bake. If you want to bake 1 loaf a week, then you should use your fridge. Feed your sourdough starter one last time before placing it tight covered in the lowest part of your fridge. Once a week, get it out and feed him with flour or with dough or with sourdough leftovers and place it back. The fridge doesn't exactly stop your sourdough starter, but it drastically slows it down. A day before baking, pick up a few tablespoons from it and then feed that with equal parts water and flour. In about a day or so, it should start bubbling again. If it doesn't, then refresh that one more time. Now, if you want to bake 1 loaf a month, you should use your freezer. This time your sourdough starter will be on proper hold, so you want to freeze an active state. Refresh your sourdough starter with equal parts water and flour and let it rise for a few hours until it's all foamy and bubbly. Place a few tablespoons in a few containers and drop them in the freezer. It's more practical this way. It's almost magical because you don't have to feed them and they can stay in there for like months. To bring your sourdough starter back to life, get it in the fridge the day before you plan on baking. Then activate it like we just did. So guys, a quick info: I recently started a Patreon page on which you can financially support my work. Your love has been nothing but amazing so far, as we have almost reached $1,000. This is phenomenal. So just thank you guys for your lovely support. Why am I doing this? I mean, no reason, it's just to get your attention. Okay, back to the serious sourdough stuff. Finally, if you want to bake 1 loaf a year, or let's say if you want to travel with your sourdough starter, then you should dry out your sourdough starter. Trust me, it's nothing complicated. Just spread a thin layer of your bubbly and active sourdough starter on a piece of parchment paper. The thinner you make it, the faster it will dry. Let it sit at room temperature, or if the weather at your place is too wet or too cold, just stick it in the oven, fan on, light bulb on, but very important, heat off. After about a day, it should become dry and brittle. It should also unstick very easily from parchment paper. Crush it and store it in a tight, airproof container. To reactivate your sourdough, weight it first and then add the exact same amount of water to it. Ah, merde! Wait a few hours until all the crystals have dissolved and then feed that with equal parts water and flour. In about a day or so, it should start bubbling again. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed those 3 useful techniques to keep your sourdough safe. If you did, give it a like, thumbs up, and share that over all your social. You know how it works. Spread it like butter using the correct hashtag, and please don't forget to tag me in as well. Also, people click subscribe because I make new videos every week, and you know it's always about food, like for example the dry aged beef machine, the recent one, also the canned chickpeas series, but I think they have a different twist. It's about, you know, inspiring you and giving you confidence to cook. It's about, you know, making this messy place a bit better. Might be a bit too far, but you get the picture. Take care, bye bye, salut.